It should be on this side.
Hey guys, welcome. Nice to have you here. Just another minute or so and we'll get going. Hey guys, happy Monday. Hope that you had a wonderful long weekend. Of course, Passover and Easter. Probably lots of good food, maybe lots of chocolates, I'm not sure. So I just want to send some love and light out to Nicola and to Frank. I know they weren't feeling great this morning, so hopefully sending them some positive vibes. And then I was thinking for tomorrow's class, I'd like to take some requests. So if you could send me some direct messages, either via WhatsApp or Instagram, then let me know what it is that you feel like having in your class. So in today's class, I sort of feel like moving. I feel like it's been a good Easter weekend, maybe too many chocolates for me. Some really great chocolates.
Yeah, that says hi, sugar.
And then, hi Heather, I think you landed safely in the UK, so nice to have you on board. Alright guys, so I want to float out today. We'll probably be playing a little bit with some planks, maybe some balancing poses. Let's just see where we float today. And again, please, tomorrow if you want something very specific in your class, send me a DM and I'll put it into the sequence. So come to sit in easy seated position. If you're sitting in this easy seated position for a period of time, then sit back, cross your legs around the opposite way, dropping your hands down onto your knees. In fact, this time we're going to open up our palms towards the ceiling, elbows coming towards the side of your body, lengthen out into your spine, shoulders over your hips. And then as you close your eyes, relax the stress off your shoulders, and then focus on your breath. So just trying to find a sense of connection. Connecting yourself into your body, your physical presence on your mat, and then connecting your mind and your body into the space that you've created for your yoga practice today. And then maybe just keep connecting into the community that we have on this video today, live, connected all the way around the world. And then focus yourself back on your breath. Breath is gently flowing in, gently flowing out. Slowly but surely calming into the mind. So I want you to bring your attention into your breath. Just notice the quality and nature of your breath today. and then clear the screen, just let that observation go. I want you to find that stillness in your mind, connect your mind into your body, and just notice how you feel physically today. And then again, let that observation go. I want you to connect into how you feel emotionally today. Notice what comes up for you. And then again, clearing the screen, letting things go. And then finally, as we spend a little bit of more time in silence here, just noticing what thoughts come up for you. I want you to open up your eyes to half gaze, flick your eyes a couple of times. Hi guys, take your hands back behind you, sit back, swapping our legs around the opposite way. Somewhere our hands are going to ground down onto our knees, elbows coming towards the side of your body again. Lengthen up through your spine, relax into those shoulders, chin parallel towards the floor, close into your eyes. Inhale for a count of 3. Exhale for 3. And again, inhaling for 3. Exhaling for 3. Inhaling again for 3 or 4 or 5, whatever suits you today. Exhaling. We're going to do 7 more rotations of breath like that. So listen to that beautiful sound of the breath coming in through your nose, and as you exhale, of course, letting go any of those observations that you found. Celebrating the essence of life, just this positivity, connecting into your true inner self. Letting go of any expectations that you have of yourself, of the class. Last 3 breaths here. I want you to bring your hands into Anjali Mudra prayer position. Contemplate your sankalpa, your intention for your class today. And maybe that intention's for you. Maybe you want to send that intention broadly to someone else somewhere in the world. Summarize your intention in a couple of words. And then repeat that intention to yourself quietly in your own mind as you give energy to this intention you want to achieve in your class today. 3 times in total. And then drop your hands down onto your knees, open up your eyes to half gaze, flick your eyes a couple of times, and then take your hands back behind you. We're going to come to stand on our mats. Feet hip width apart. We'll do a warming stand-up sequence. Feels like I've got my glasses on my head, but obviously I've got a fountain of youth coming out of my head. Oh, good. Thank you. You like the look. Perfect. All right, so let's start working from our neck all the way down. So come into this easy standing position. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, chin towards your chest. Drop your head back behind you, look up towards the ceiling or the sky. Chin towards your chest. Drop your head back behind you, look up. And bring your head back into neutral position. We're just dropping our left ear towards our left shoulder. And then bring our head back to a neutral position, right ear to right shoulder. And then again back into the neutral position, left ear, left shoulder. And then coming back into the center one more time across to that right hand side. Coming back into the center, we're nodding across to that left hand side. And then coming all the way across to the right hand side. All the way from the right to the left. And then from the left to the right. Come back into the center, chin towards your chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Drop your head back behind you. Right ear, right shoulder. Chin towards your chest. Right ear, right shoulder. Head drops back behind you. Left ear, left shoulder. Chin towards your chest. Bring your head back into a neutral position. As you inhale, scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, let the breath go. Drop your shoulders down. Inhale, scrunch it up. Exhale, let it go. And one more time. Inhale, scrunch it up. Exhale, let it go. All right, scrunch it up. Roll your shoulders forward, around and down. Scrunch it up. Roll your shoulders back, around and down. And again, scrunch your shoulders up, forward, around and down. Scrunch your shoulders up, backwards and down. And last time, scrunch your shoulders up, round, forward and down. And last time, scrunch them up. Take them all the way back, open it up and drop them down. Hands come onto your shoulders, elbows come out in front of you, elbows coming towards each other, down towards your chest. Roll all the way back around. So 3 times backwards. Finding a little bit of space in the bodies. And then moving in the opposite direction. Find space, find that breath, keep the stillness of your mind. Last time in the way, all the way to the back. And then elbows come out. We're going to take our hands out towards the side. Lift up our hands, palms facing up. And then gently bring our hands all the way forward into prayer position, touching the elbows. All the way, open it up. I want you to take your elbows back. Feel that heart center open. And then come all the way back into the center again. Open it up again, opening that heart center. Keep the activation engagement of your legs in towards the floor and then come all the way back again. Last time, open it up, stretch it back and then come all the way back to center. We're going to drop our hands down. Hands come onto your hips. We're hula hooping across to that right hand side 3 times. And then coming across to that opposite side. Should feel pretty good. Come all the way to the stillness in the center. Right, bring your feet hip width apart if you'd open them up a little bit. Weight comes across into that right leg. Bend the right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers. Place your interlaced fingers below that left knee. Pull the knee in towards your chest, but step down through that right leg. Open up your heart center. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, gently release it all the way down. Weights come across onto your left foot. We're bending into our right knee. Right knee comes in towards our chest. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers 1 rotation down. Flex your right toes towards your right shin. Pull the knee in towards your chest. Open up your heart center. Flex your right toes towards your right shin. Gently release it all the way down. We're moving our weight across into that right leg. Bending that left leg back behind us. We're going to take that left hand on the outside of the left foot, and maybe you can take that right hand all the way back behind you. Pull the heel in towards the sitting bone, knee to knee, heart center open, shoulder blades come towards each other, stretching out that quad. Beautiful. Dropping that foot down, weights coming across into that left foot, bend into the right knee. Exactly the same on this side, whatever you did. Just taking that right hand towards the outside, maybe taking your left hand, knee to knee. Heel comes in towards your sitting bone, shoulder blades towards each other. Beautiful stretch. And then gently release it all the way down. Alright, so again, feet hip width apart. I want you to come up onto your tippy toes. Then gently release your heels down. Come up onto your tippy toes. Whoops. And then gently release down. One more time. Up onto your tippy toes. Gently release down. Weight comes across into your left leg. Place your hands onto your hips, bring your right knee towards your chest, kick it out, and then bring the knee in. Kick it out, bring the knee in, and then kicking it out. Bring the knee in, drop that left foot down. Weight comes across into your left foot, bending into that right knee. Kick it out, and then bend it in. Kick it out, bend it in, and last time, kick it out, bend it in. Just one more thing to do here, dropping the right foot down, weight comes across into your right foot, gently lift up the left foot. We'll just work into ankle rotations 3 times towards the outside, and then coming back to the opposite side, right hand side 3 times, and then dropping that foot down. Weight comes across into your left foot, we're lifting up that right leg, circle rotations outwards 4 times, or 3 times, sorry. And then we're moving in the opposite direction. And gently drop it all the way down. Alright, so I just want to float out. Let's get involved in a basic sun salutation. Come to the front of the mat. Big toes come together. Open up your palms. We'll keep flowing. Inhale, root to rise. Watch the prayer touch overhead. Interlace your fingers, stretch it up. Point your fingers up. Pull your belly in. Take a deep inhale as you exhale. Gentle back bend. Come all the way back to center, release the bind, reach up, and then swan dive all the way down to standing forward fold. Inhale, come up into halfway lift. Exhale into standing forward fold. We're stepping back with that left leg, dropping down onto that left knee, untucking the toes, floating your fingers up towards the sky as we come into crescent lunge. Float your hands all the way back down towards the mat. Tuck under the toes, the left foot, lift the left knee, step back into downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, flow forward into plank pose. Knees drop down towards the mat, sitting bones pull back towards your heels. Bend into your elbows, float forward, knees, chin and chest. Lift up your knees, drop down onto your belly, untuck your toes. So push through the tops of your feet, the knees will lift up, take your hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, palms come together. As you inhale, look down, lift your chest up, shoulder blades come towards each other, float it all the way down. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, we're coming up into baby cobra. As you inhale, lift it up, push into your palms, elbows come in, float it all the way down. Tuck under your toes, push back through your heels, push back into plank pose. Chin towards your chest, pike your hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up behind us, bend the left knee towards your chest, step it in between your hands, push back through the right heel, look forward. Then look down at your left toe, step your right foot forward. Standing forward fold, bend into your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, round out, one vertebra at a time. Let's keep flowing. Inhale, root to rise. Interlace your fingers, personal grip, reach it up. Biceps in line with ears, tuck your belly in. Slow back bend. Float it all the way back to center, reach it up, release the bind, swan dive, all the way down gracefully. When you're ready, come up into halfway lift. Standing forward fold. You're stepping back with that right leg, dropping down onto the right knee, untucking your toes, floating both of your fingers up towards the sky. Float both hands down. Tuck under the toe of the right foot, lift the right knee, step back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, flowing forward into plank pose. Knees drop down, chaturanga or chaturanga variation. Shoulders come forward, bend your elbows backwards, come all the way down. Untuck your toes. We're going to come into upward facing dog. Pushing through the top of your feet, straighten out your arm, drop your hips down towards your wrist, open up your heart center, look up, put your belly towards your spine. Knees drop down, elbows bend backwards, bring your chest all the way down. Lift up your hands, place them underneath your shoulders, tuck under your toes, push back into plank pose. Chin towards your chest, pike your hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up behind you, bend the right knee towards your chest, step it forward. Push your left heel back, look forward. Look down towards your right toe, step your left foot forward, standing forward fold. Bend into your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, round out, one vertebra at a time. Let's go. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, back bend. Come back to center, swan dive all the way down. Inhale into halfway lift. Exhale into standing forward fold. Step back with your left foot, drop down onto your left knee, untuck your toes, float your fingers up towards the sky. Float your fingers all the way down. Tuck under the toes the left foot, lift the left knee, step back into downward facing dog. Float all the way forward into plank pose. Drop your knees, sitting bones, pull back towards your heels. Float all the way forward, knees, chin and chest, keep those elbows in. Lift up your knees, drop down onto your belly, untuck your toes, hands come back behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift up, look down, shoulder blades come towards each other, gently float it down. And place your hands underneath your shoulders. As you inhale, come up into baby cobra. As you exhale, float it down. Tuck under your toes, push back into plank pose, chin towards your chest. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up behind you, bend the left knee towards your chest, step it forward, push back through the right heel, look forward. Look down at your left foot, step your right foot forward. Standing forward fold, bend into your knees, suck your chin in towards your chest. Let's go. Inhale, root to rise. Lengthen, back bend. Come all the way back to center, lengthen up, release the bind, swan dive all the way down, graceful movement. Inhale, come up into halfway lift. Exhale into standing forward fold. Step back with your right foot, drop down onto your right knee, float both of your fingers up towards the sky. And then float your hands all the way down towards the mat. Tuck under the toes, lift the right knee, step back into downward facing dog. Chaturanga and upward facing dog with chaturanga variation, float forward into plank pose. Chaturanga or chaturanga variation. Upward facing dog, I'll meet you all back in downward facing dog. Lovely. Let's go.
Right leg lifts up behind you. Bend the right knee towards your chest. Step it forward. Push back through that left heel. Look forward. Step the left foot forward. Standing forward fold. One more rotation. Bend into knees. Round out. Let's go. Inhale, root to rise. Interlace your fingers. Reach it up. Pull your belly in. Gentle back bend. Not too far. Don't injure yourself. Come all the way back to center. Reach it up. Swan dive all the way down. Inhale, come up into halfway lift. Exhale into standing forward fold. Step back with your left leg. Drop down onto your left knee. Float both of your fingers up towards the sky. Float both fingers down. Tuck under the toes the left foot. Lift the left knee. Step back into downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. Let's keep the energy flowing. Flow forward into plank pose. Knees, chin and chest. Lift up, drop down onto your belly. Hands come back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Palms come together. Look down. Come up, release, all the way down, hands underneath shoulders, inhale up into baby cobra, exhale, float it down. Tuck under your toes, push back through plank pose, chin towards your chest, pike your hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. One more time on this left hand side, lifting up the left leg, bending the left knee towards your chest, step it forward, push back through that right heel, straighten out the right leg, look forward, look down, step forward with your right foot. Bend into your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest. Last one. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, back bend. Come all the way back to center. Swan dive all the way down gracefully. Inhale, come up into halfway lift. Exhale into standing forward fold. Step back with your right leg. Drop down onto your right knee. Untuck your toes. Float your fingers up towards the sky. Coming all the way down. Tuck under the toes of the right foot. Lifting the right knee, floating back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Okay, so chaturanga variation. Upward facing dog, meeting you back in downward facing dog. Let's go. Flow to your breath. Your practice. Remember doing what's right for you. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Back into downward facing dog. Knees drop towards the outside edge of the mat. Untuck the toes. Wide-legged child's pose, 5 breaths before you move. I want you to connect back into that breath. Last 2 breaths. Last breath. Push into your palms, sit back into this wide-legged thunderbolt pose. Good opportunity to quickly have something to drink, maybe starting to remove the gentle glow from your face. I want you to notice the flow of energy in your body. How was that? Hopefully you guys feel pretty good. So in today's practice, I'm a little bit inspired. Maybe we want to work into headstand. We'll do that a little bit later. Maybe just sort of playing with rabbit and opening up into camel pose. I'm going to play a little bit in that later. I want you to come to the front of your mat. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this energy. So just hopefully just getting that flow through your body, that prana. So feet hip width apart. Spread the weight equally across your feet. Pull the energy up through the earth. Open up your palms towards the front of the room. Take a deep inhale as you exhale. Utkatasana chair pose. Caress the mat. Sit down. Float your fingers up towards the sky. Open up your heart center. As you inhale, lift your heels up off the mat as you come up onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, drop it down. Keep the bend in your knees. Gently take your hands all the way back behind you, like a Superman, Superwoman cape. And then float your fingers all the way forward, all the way up into Utkatasana. As you inhale, lift that up. As you exhale, swan dive it down. Bend into your knees, suck your chin towards your chest, round out one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, Utkatasana air pose. As you inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, drop your heels down. Take your hands all the way back behind you. then come all the way back into Utkatasana chair pose. Stand up, lengthen, 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 swan dive all the way down, standing forward fold. Bend into your knees, suck your chin towards your chest, round out, one vertebra at a time. My goodness, what's happening with these legs? It's a bit tough. Alright, let's keep going. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Come up onto your tippy toes. Drop the heels down. Keep the sitting bones down and then send your arms back behind you. Float your hands forward. Sit down for a moment. Lengthen all the way up. Lengthen, lengthen. Swan dive all the way down. Bend into your knees, suck your chin towards your chest. Round out, one vertebra at a time. Hands onto your hips, just gently walk those legs out, swaying your hips from side to side. Hopefully you can still see me. Alright, perfect. Weight comes across into your right leg, bend your left knee towards your chest. Interlace your fingers just below that left knee, flex your left toes towards your left shin. Pull that left knee towards your chest as you step down through that right foot. Right, I want you to release the hands, keep the knee where it is. Right hand comes onto right hip. Left hand's coming on the inside of the left knee. Gently open it up towards the left hand side. Maybe this will be a better viewpoint. I'll walk into the middle here. So just opening it up. And then drag your hand down your shin to your ankle. Pull the heel in towards your leg so that you're placing underneath of your left foot onto your right thigh. When you're ready, hands come into prayer position. Breathe. So we're just going to stabilize here for a moment, keeping the right foot anchored in towards the mat, the branch of the tree coming out towards the left hand side. If you feel like playing, floating those fingers all the way up into prayer position above your head. You're going to blossom the branches of the trees. Open it up to receive. Smiling if you're not balancing, just coming back into maybe using a wall. And then when you're ready, floating it all the way up again. Hands come down into prayer position at the center of your chest. Well, I'm going to change position here. We're going to pull that left knee towards your chest. And then float it all the way back into warrior three pose. So a slight bend into that right knee will allow you to keep the hips square, hands into prayer position, and then drop your hands down towards the mat, underneath your shoulders. Again, just notice if you open up that left hip, drop it down. So you can move through handstand vinyasa if you want. For the rest of us, step that left foot all the way towards the back of the mat, frame our front foot. We're going to step back into downward facing dog and move through vinyasa. Step it back. Flow through maybe knees, chin and chest, baby cobra, chaturanga dandasana, whatever suits you guys. Maybe child's pose if it's too much. Lifting up your knees, dropping down into your belly. I'll meet you back in downward facing dog. Chin towards your chest. Beautiful. Alright, walk your hands all the way towards the back of the mat. Bend into your knees, suck your chin towards your chest, round out one vertebra at a time. Alright, so I'm just going to do it face on, feet hip width apart. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Come up onto your tippy toes. Drop your heels down, hands go back behind you in a Superman, Superwoman cape. Float your hands all the way forward. Sit down, look up, hold it. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Bend into your knees, suck your chin towards your chest. Round out, one vertebra at a time, coming all the way up to Tadasana. Hands onto your hips, just gently bending into your knees, moving those hips from side to side, letting go the tension that's building up in those thighs. Beautiful. Okay, find the solidity of your left foot onto the floor. Bend the right knee towards your chest. Interlace our fingers, place our interlaced fingers below the knee, flex your toes towards the shin, step down through that left foot, lengthen up through your spine, and pull that knee towards your chest. Very good.
All right, so keep the knee where it is. We're going to take our left hand onto our left hip. Right hand comes onto the inside. And then gently open that knee up towards the right hand side. See if you can open up your chest. Beautiful balancing, guys. Hopefully you're with me. I'm going to draw that right hand down your right shin. Pull the heel in towards your sitting bone and then place the inside of your right foot onto your left thigh. Find the balance first. Slow it down. Don't think so much about the balance. Think about your breath. And when you're ready, hands come into prayer position. Remember, this is about the stability of the root into the ground and the tree coming into that main part, or the branch coming into the tree, knee coming back, hands in prayer position. When you're ready, if you are ready, floating your hands up into prayer position above your head. And then when you're ready, if you want to go there, just gently open up the branches of the trees. Lovely, guys, beautiful. Oh, taking a deep breath here, and when you bring your hands back into prayer position, gathering up all of this beautiful energy, hands come all the way down into your chest. So we're going to bring that right knee in towards our chest, and then gently kick it back as we find our way into Warrior 3 on the other side. Beautiful. So handstand vinyasa if you want, otherwise kick that right leg back, frame your front foot. Oh, actually not. We're going to drop our hands down towards the mat like we did on the other side, and make sure that you drop the left and right hip in line with each other. Straighten out that right leg. And then handstand vinyasa if you want, otherwise moving through a regular vinyasa child's pose. If it suits you, step that right foot all the way back, frame your front foot with both of your hands. Any vinyasa you want, so stepping back, knees, chin and chest, baby cobra, maybe chaturanga dandasana, upward facing dog. Oh, beautiful, downward facing dog. Cool, walking your hands towards the back of the mat. Bend into your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, round out one vertebra at a time. How are we doing? Hopefully we're okay. I just want to check the time. I want to walk forward to the front of the mat. So I'm going to build onto the sequence. All right, very good. Building onto the sequence. All right, so feet hip width apart. Open up your palms. Take a deep inhale as you exhale. Utkatasana chair pose. Up onto your tippy toes. Gently drop your heels down. Arms come back behind you. Arms float forward. Hold it. Inhale, reach up, reach up, reach up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Bend into your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, round out, one vertebra at a time. Coming all the way up to Tadasana. Hands onto hips, just bend into your knees, flowing your hips from side to side. Lovely. Come back into a neutral position in the center. Weight comes across onto your right foot. We're bending the left knee in towards our chest, interlacing our fingers below that left knee. Flex your left toes towards your left shin. Straighten up your spine. Pull the knee towards your chest. Open up your chest. Keep the knee where it is. Right hand onto right hip. The left hand on the inside. Left knee opens up. Slide your hand down your shin. Come into tree pose. When you're ready, hands into prayer position. Float the prayer above your head. Open up the trees of the branches of the trees. Close it all the way up. Get that energy. Bring that energy into your heart center. Pull the left knee towards your chest. We're leaning our chest forward, kicking back into Warrior 3. Slight bend into that right knee. Hands drop down towards the floor. Make sure that hip is square. Straighten out into that left leg. Handstand vinyasa if you want. Otherwise, step back with that left foot. And then step back with that right foot. So I'm going to do something a little bit different here. So ankles together. We're going to jump up and take our feet out towards the side in plank position. So legs go out towards the side, legs come in. Legs go out towards the side, legs come in. Legs go out towards the side, legs come in. Legs go out towards the side, legs come in. And again, maybe you can speed it up.
Alright, stop. Knees drop down towards the mat, sitting bones pull back towards your heels. Bend into your elbows, float forward, knees, chin and chest. Lift up your knees, drop down onto your belly, untuck your toes. Inhale up into baby cobra. Exhale, float it down. Tuck under your toes, push back into plank pose. Chin towards your chest, pike your hips up towards the ceiling. Downward facing dog. Walk our hands towards the back of the mat. Bend into your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, round out one vertebra at a time. Oh, lovely. Step towards the front of the mat. Open up your feet hip width apart. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Come up onto your tippy toes. Drop your heels down, arms go back behind you. Arms float forward. Sit down. Look up. Inhale, reach it up, reach it up, reach it up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Bend into your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, round out one vertebra at a time. Lift your head up last. Hands come into your hips. Just gently bending into your knees. Dancing it out with your hips from side to side. Finding a little bit of release. Coming back to stillness in the center. Weight comes across into your left foot. Right knee comes in towards your chest. Interlacing your fingers, placing interlaced fingers below your knee. Step down through that left leg. Right knee comes in towards your chest. Open up that chest. Hold the knee where it is. Left hand onto left hip. Right hand comes on the inside. Right knee goes out towards the right hand side. Open up your chest. Slide the right hand down your right shin. Pull the heel in. Underneath of your right foot into your left thigh. Find your stability. Find a drishti, a place that doesn't move. Hands come into prayer position if you're ready. Otherwise, holding the bind. If you want to go further, float your prayer above your head. Blossom the trees of the branch, or the branches of the tree, should I say. My goodness. Bring the prayer up above your head as you gather this energy. Hands come down into the center of your chest. Bring the right knee towards your chest. Leaning forward, coming back into warrior 3 pose. Slight bend into that left leg. And then drop your hands down towards the floor. Make sure that those hips are square. So let's all float together. Step that right foot all the way towards the back of the mat. Frame your front foot with both of your hands. And then step your left foot back. Right, so I want to work into some mountain climbers. We'll start slowly. Lift up the left leg, bend the left knee towards the left elbow, and then kick it all the way back. Right leg lifts up, right knee to right elbow, kick it all the way back. Lift up the left leg, left knee to left elbow, kick it all the way back. Right leg lifts up, right knee in, kick it all the way back. So you can go slowly like that, or if you want to gather up some real energy here, let's go quickly. Let's rock it out. Come on, let's go. Getting this energy going. Feeling the heat. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Knees drop down towards the mat. Sitting bones pull back towards your heels. Float forward. Knees, chin and chest. Hello guys. Lift up your knees. Drop down into your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale. Come up into baby cobra. Exhale. Float it down. Tuck under your toes, push back through your heels, push back into plank pose. Chin towards your chest, pike hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Knees drop towards the outside edges, big toes touch. Wide-legged child's pose. Do we need this or what? Settle down, 5 breaths just to allow that sequence to resonate in your bodies. When you finished your 5 breaths, push into your palm, sit all the way back up into this wide-legged thunderbolt pose. How was that? Pretty good. Yeah, I feel my heart racing. That's pretty good. So if your heart's still going, then slow down the length of your inhales, extend the length of your exhales, bring your heart back to normal. So we'll work through a sequence in a moment where we work through plank, work through camel, and from camel we're going to go into rabbit pose. And from rabbit pose you can either stand rabbit pose or come into a headstand. So remember, if you've got problems with your neck, if you've got glaucoma, if you've got blood pressure issues, if you're menstruating, obviously not good to take those hips over your heart. So there'll be lots of different opportunities here, but if you want to play in this headstand, we're going sort of between a forward fold and then coming up into a headstand. So I'll show you the sequence in a moment. I'm just going to quickly grab something to drink, maybe you can as well, and then we're going to throw it out. Time check, please.
Away from.
Okay, cool. Very good. So, just going to suggest that for the camel pose, so we'll work into the camel pose first. Maybe what you want to do is just take your mat and roll it from the back. Roll it forward, maybe there's sort of 3 folds here of your mat, and then placing your knees onto your mat. I want your toes to be tucked under, and then sitting back down onto your heels. So your heels in line with your knees, and make sure that those toes are properly tucked under. As you inhale, come up onto your knees, lengthen up. Arms come back behind you into your lower back. Maybe your fingers are facing down, maybe your fingers are facing up, I'm not sure. Just find what's comfortable for you. Lengthen out through your spine. Tuck your belly towards your spine. Pop your hips forward and gently drop your shoulders back as we look up. Beautiful. Breathe.
You've been asked to share your playlist.
Chin towards your chest, come all the way back. Untuck your toes, big toes come together, sit all the way back down, sorry.
You've been asked to share your playlist.
Oh, share my playlist. Okay, cool guys. Happy to do that. So just place your hands down onto your thighs, close into your eyes, reconnect into your breath. Find that stillness, find that consciousness, find that awareness, and then repeat into your sankalpa, your intention, your affirmation. Just one more time. Oh, as you inhale just this beautiful positive energy. As you exhale, let go of the frustration, whatever it might be. Again, inhaling all that's good and positive. Exhaling, letting go of that stuff. One more time. Beautiful, positive inhale just to revive your energy. And as you exhale, let that gunk go. Beautiful. Open up your eyes. We're coming back onto our knees. Tucking under our toes again. Hands come into your lower back. So for this variation, you can do exactly the same as we did. Otherwise, we're going to come a little bit deeper. Stand down through your knees. Lengthen out through your thighs, in through your spine. Elbows come towards each other. Shoulders come towards each other. Pop your hips forward. Drop back. Look up. You can stay in this position. Otherwise, taking your right hand onto your right heel. Left hand onto your left heel. Shoulder blades come together. Drop your head back. Look up. 5 breaths. Oh, beautiful. Back bend. Heart opener. Last 2 breaths. Lovely. Hands come into your lower back, chin towards your chest, come all the way back up. Untuck your toes, toes come together, sit all the way back down. Beautiful. Hands come back down towards your thighs. Close into your eyes. Again, that exercise of inhaling all that's good and just letting stuff go, guys. 18 days, let it go. You guys are strong. We can do this. Keeping that positive momentum and energy going. One more. Bring that breath in. Feel that beautiful positive energy. Let that stuff go. And then open up your eyes. Last version here. So again, you can, thank you. So you can tuck under your toes if you want. You can do version 1, version 2. Or maybe this time you want to push into the tops of your feet. Same position. Hands come into your lower back. Either fingers up or fingers down. Again, make sure you lengthen, activate into your spine. Find the space between your vertebrae. Pop your hips forward. Drop your shoulders back. Open up into camel. Either your hands stay in your lower back or maybe your hands coming down towards your heels. Open up your chest. Drop your head back. 5 breaths. Hands come into your low back when you finish those 5 breaths, roll all the way out. Toes come together, sit all the way back down. Hands come back down onto your knees, close into your eyes. Last opportunity here to just get that positive momentum, that positive vibe, connecting us as a community, using the strength of the community, knowing that you're not alone. We're all in this together, one team. Long, deep inhales, long, deep exhales. And then gently open up your eyes. Alright, so I want you to untuck your mat. I'm going to flow through a combination of 2 different things here. So this is where we might choose to do headstand. And we're going to do regular headstand. So remember that in the headstand you interlace your fingers. Those bottom fingers or baby fingers sort of lie on top of each other as opposed to crossing, just so that you've got stability. Your thumbs tuck over the sort of rounded part in your head, elbows come in. Remember, if you're not comfortable with headstand, then you're not going to go here. So I'm just going to show you the 2 different options here. Knees come together. We're going to drop our head all the way down into child's pose and then take your hands back behind you. Alright, so tops of your feet pushing into the mat. We're going to roll onto the top of our head, lifting up our hips, straightening out our arms, coming into rabbit pose. And then dropping our hips all the way down, placing our hands underneath our shoulders, sitting all the way up. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is dropping all the way down, setting up your hands for your headstand, tucking under your toes, lifting up, and then floating all the way up into headstand. So we're going to do that 3 times. Remember, take your time. Check your ego at the door, wherever you came in. Set up with your knees come together. And then either your hands are going to come back behind you, or drop your head down into child's pose, or your hands are underneath your shoulders, and we're going to set up our hands into tripod, into our regular headstand. Keep those elbows in on the side of your knees. Lift up your hips if you're coming into rabbit. Otherwise, tuck under your toes, lift your knees, and float both of your feet up towards the sky as we come into headstand. So the good thing about a headstand, or even this rabbit pose, is we come into the crown of our heads, we're lifting up our hips, so it's a small inversion or a big inversion depending on what you're doing. And so I just want you to change your perspective. So whatever negativity you're feeling about the situation that we're in, see if you can just readjust, let it go, and just flow with that positive energy. So one more time, whatever that suits you, maybe lifting up into rabbit pose, and then gently floating all the way down. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your chin towards your chest, and slowly sitting all the way up. Alright, hopefully that was pretty good. So I just want to turn and face you. We're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana or Baddha Konasana. Beautiful. Almost working towards the end of the practice. So toes come together. So playing with the distance of your heels towards your body. So maybe your heels come out, depending on where you are, or maybe you've got really super open up hips where you can bring them all the way in. I sort of need to do somewhere in between. So hands come back behind you, elbows come towards each other, lengthen out into your spine, and then very gently just floating the wings of the butterfly. So not too hectic. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, come back to stillness. Alright, now we're going to bring our hands forward. Placing our hands on the inside of our ankles, elbows coming towards the inside of the knees, lengthen all the way up, and then gently extend forward as you place the elbows a little bit more pressure into the knees, just feeling a little bit of opening up of the hips. So try to keep that straight spine. Should feel quite an engagement on the inside of the legs into the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release it. Take your hands back behind you, fingers pointing away from you, floating the wings of the butterfly again. Lovely, guys. Not too far. Just want to make sure we're releasing any emotions that we caught up in our hips this weekend.
and then come to stillness. So this time I want you to take those heels a little bit away from you, just so that we've got a little bit more of this sort of triangle. And then take your hands inside your legs. Hands come back around, placing the hands onto the tops of your feet. Maybe dropping your forearms down towards the mat, tucking your chin towards your chest and rounding into your back. So maybe you've got space to drop the forehead onto your inside of your heels. Lovely. Place your hands down to the mat, chin towards your chest, walk your hands back under your legs, sit all the way up. Hands again go back behind your feet, is pointing away from you. You're going to bring the knees together slowly, and then open up your feet hip width apart, underneath of your feet connected into the mat. Knees are going to drop across to your left hand side, look across to your right hand side. Knees go across to the right hand side, gaze goes left. And again across to the left hand side, gaze goes right. And then knees go across to the right hand side. One more time. Looking left. Knees come back towards the center. I want you to extend your left leg out in front of you. Bend into your right knee. And that right foot comes in towards your left thigh. Pull the left leg in. Straighten out your spine, lengthen up. As you inhale, arms go out towards the side. Float your fingers up. As you exhale, seated forward fold. Just drop your hands down either side of your foot, and as you inhale, float your fingers up towards the sky. Drop your hands out towards the side. Right hand on the outside of the right knee, pull it in and straighten out that right leg. Bend into the left knee, underneath of your left foot comes in towards your right thigh. Pull that leg into the hip socket, sit all the way up. Arms go out towards the side, float them up towards the sky. As you exhale, seated forward fold, dropping your hands down either side of that right leg. And as you inhale, float your fingers up towards the sky. Drop your hands out towards the side. Left hand onto the outside of the left knee. Pull it in. Reach it all the way out. How are we doing, Tanner? One more time. Bend into the right knee. Straighten it out. Arms go out towards the side. Float it all the way up. Exhale, seated forward fold. And then float your fingers up towards the sky. Reach it up. Arms drop up towards the side. Hand goes onto the outside of the right knee, pull it in and stretch it all the way out. Bend into the left knee one more time. Left foot comes in towards the right. Keep that right leg active. Straighten out your spine. Arms go out towards the side. Float your fingers up towards the sky. One more time. Forward fold, dropping your hands down towards the mat, chin towards your chest. And then float your fingers up towards the ceiling. Hey, Bentley. Arms drop out towards the side. Lovely. Place your hands onto the outside of the knee and reach it all the way forward. He wants to be in the forming today. Excellent. So, perfect. Now, Bentley, you need to go off to the side. Yes, you can stay here. That's it. You can be part of this. Bring your heels towards the front of the mat. Okay, you want to sit on my lap, or what do you want to do? You also want to do it. Okay, look forward. Lengthen all the way out. Just hands go out towards the side. Sit up. Pull those arms into the heart socket, and then gently flow all the way down. Stop. Push the backs of your legs down, engage, open up the heart center, pull the belly in, hold it, and then gently lie down, hold it, you're going to hold it, yes, open up the heart center, thank you for the encouragement, Bentley, and then gently float it all the way down, dropping all the way down into Shavasana. Legs go towards the outside edge of the mat, toes drop out, guys, well done. Find that comfortable position as you wiggle the back of your body into the floor, into the mat. Remember to lift up your head, lengthen out through the back of your neck, drop the back of your head down. Relax your shoulder blades down towards the mat, relax your biceps, triceps, forearms gentle, curl into your fingers, and then relaxing the muscles of your legs, toes drop out. Lovely, guys. Eyes closed. Long, slow inhale through your nose. Open up your mouth, let that stuff go. One more time, long, slow inhale. Open up that mouth, let it go. Close into your mouth. Active practice of yoga is done for today. Beautiful, guys. Just allow the sweet deliciousness of Shavasana as you just honor your body, honor your practice, softening, releasing. Just allow the earth to support you. Keep your mind present. Soften in. Notice where you are. Come back to the space, to your practice, to your body. A little bit longer. Feel the back of the body melting down to the floor, down to the mat. Stress and strain falling off that neck, falling off the shoulders, falling off your lower back. Toes dropping out. Let it go, guys. Just relax. Almost there. Perfect, guys. Bring yourself back into the space, noticing the energy in wherever you're practicing. Noticing the connection of your body to the floor and to the mat. We'll start to just bring the sensation of touch back to your body. Take your thumb, caress each of your fingertips. Then, of course, wiggling into your fingers, wiggling into your toes. And then finally, rotating your wrist, rotating into your ankles 3 or 4 times in either direction, balancing out the rotations. Ankles come together, extend your arms overhead. We're going to stretch it out and let it out. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, open up that breath, let it go. And again, inhaling, exhaling, pull your knees in towards your chest. Gently roll across onto your right hand side, coming into fetal position. I want you to repeat into your sankalpa, your intention, your affirmation 3 more times. And then just celebrating the joy of being alive, celebrating whoever you are, exactly your true self, celebrating our community today. Push in through your palms, sit back up into Sukhasana, easy seated position, hands into prayer position. Release your chin down towards your chest in gratitude for this practice of yoga, for this practice that we did today, the way your body carried you, and all of the blessings that you have in your life. Each one of you are blessings in my life. Namaste, beautiful people. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to let me know what you want. Tag me in your post at SRB Yoga. Love seeing what you guys are up to. Have a beautiful evening. Love and light.